welcome back to Sunrise. In this morning's segment, we bring you the touching story of baby Jax, a little fighter who has overcome tremendous challenges since birth. Baby Jax's story begins with a tumultuous start to life as he faced breathing difficulties and health issues soon after birth.
And of course, despite the initial medical interventions, his condition worsened, leading to a global hypoxic brain injury that severely impacted his motor skills and coordination. Now, they are seeking assistance to afford specialized treatment abroad, which offers hope for baby Jax's future. Our guest this morning is mother of baby Jax, Sonny Shea Mackenzie Pinto. Welcome to Sunrise.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
like
being
Sunrise.
here. We know you're going through so much, and it's we really appreciate you being here with us this morning.
Thank you for
I
having
want
me.
to hear a little bit more about baby Jax and what life is like for him. He's 8 months old. You were
Right,
saying.
just turned 8.
And we mentioned briefly, what happened shortly after birth and where he is now. But could you maybe kind of explain to us what his life looks like on a daily basis?
Well, currently, it's ideally just ensuring that he gets his medication. He's on anti-seizure medication right now. He's also on hypertension medication. It's pretty much controlled, so hopefully he'll soon be weaned off that. Outside that, it's just normal baby things in terms of feeding him, ensuring he's clean and so on. But in terms of interacting with him, as you'd have said earlier, the motor skills and so on is a bit... So he still does move and fight, and he'll scream if he wants something to eat and so on, but it's just not as animated as an 8-month-old. You'd expect an 8-month-old to be currently.
I know you have 2 other children. He has 2 older siblings, is that correct?
Right.
Yes.
And so I know that's a lot
houseful.
to... Yeah, houseful indeed.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a very different experience for you now. And this is a thing of motherhood, the experiences are vastly different.
But I want to highlight, because of course you're not seeing baby Jax right now because he is with daddy.
Yes.
And so important, especially when there's a challenge like this, to have the support, to have both parents present. Talk to us about that experience.
So daddy ideally takes care of the older siblings now. That was kind of the consensus when he was born. And I'm just all Jax. I mean, of course, they're still going to come to mommy. But for the most part, daddy deals with them. They're in school, so it's just me and Jax at home. And as I said, daddy would just ideally take over.
Yeah.
Anything to do with Jax, medical, waking up in the mornings, all that stuff, that's all me.
Got it. So you're seeking specialized medical treatment abroad, correct?
Right.
Well, what inspired that, and what's the reason for that?
Okay, so when he was in hospital, intubated, ideally the doctors would have said, hey, there's nothing more we can do for him.
Right.
And even, because he had an extensive team. He had the pediatric team, he had the anesthesiologist team, and then he had the neurological team at Bustamante, but they weren't in situ, per se. So based on what they were seeing and so on, how he presented, they would have advised that, hey, this looks like he might just be, I don't like this term, but let's say vegetable, I don't want to say they didn't have hope, but, they're doctors and they're seeing the facts and that whole 9 yards. So they were just ideally saying, listen, we might have to look at a hospice, we might have to look at whatever. And I said, no, that's not the vision I got. That's not, I'm not taking that. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to see if I can probably get a hospital abroad who's willing to take him. In terms of a transfer.
Right.
So we initially started looking out for the air ambulance and all that stuff. About 3 hospitals turned me down, and then there was one that was like, all right, we can take him on. Just get these particular tests done, and we'll see where we are from there. We were doing that, but then of course Jax just born, didn't have no passport, didn't have nothing.
He's 8 months old.
Right, and then of course he wouldn't be able to take photos. So we had to get special permission to get that done, and running up and down. And then, so he would have been in hospital from the 20th of November to the 24th of January. So 72 days, 65 intubated.
72 days. I can hear, as you speak about him, that's the love that's coming out of you, and mother's love. In this month that we celebrate Mother's Day, it's such a challenge for you. And I want us to raise to how we can help, how we can participate in helping and ensuring that you get the required assistance that you need, that Baby Jackson needs.
Well, in terms of now, now that we've gone through, because as I said, he would have been intubated for 65 days.
Yeah.
So when he started to breathe, they would say he was clinically well. And then they would say, okay, we can discharge him. Of course, he still had the blood pressure and a few other things, but he's breathing, so he can live. So the aim is to now get him abroad.
Right.
The hospital that I would have been speaking to ideally would need more medical records that I'm yet to receive.
Right.
So we sought other places just in case. Plus, I didn't get my visa back in time. So Cuba Heal said, give us what you have, let's see what's going on. And they said, yes, we can take him. And they are specific to neurological care and the rehabilitation in his case. So right now, how people can help is donating to the GoFundMe that has been running for him.
Right.
Our aim or our goal is $35,000. So that is 18,000, I believe, 306 for the actual program in Cuba. About 6,000 something for his care because he'll be there for 36 days. And then the 10,000 would be aftercare. So when he comes back to Jamaica, should there be any emergency, all of his equipment and so on that he'll need.
How do we find the GoFundMe?
I submitted it, so
Okay,
it should
so it
be
should be on the screen,
available.
okay.
Right,
Got
should
it.
be
Okay,
available.
great. So people
as well
can
as
find more.
if anybody have any issues with the GoFundMe, I also submitted my bank account.
Banking information.
Right,
Right there.
So they can
Sonny
also.
Wonderful.
Mackenzie
Thank you so
Pinto.
much.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so
Thank
much
you for being here.
having
We
me.
really hope you get all of the help you need for Baby
Thank
Jax.
you.
And your whole family, we're holding you up in our highest thoughts that everything works out just as it should. So thanks for being
That is
here.
the
And we
plan.
hope that everybody watching today, if you feel moved to do so, please
help
do
her.
what you can.
I remember you're going through. You're not in, you're going through.
Yes,
I mean,
all the way
Right,
through.
right. That is how I do it too.
Proud of you, Mommy. And trust me, she has 2 other children too. So, splitting that time, it's a lot. We salute you for sure. And Daddy as well.
Yes,
that was
absolutely.
Sonny
Wayne
Shea
Pinto, big up.
Mackenzie Pinto, mother of Baby Jax. What a touching story. More Sunrise after the break. I'm really, really hoping for the best. Like I have goosebumps.